on digital radio, on the app, on your smartphone, on X, YouTube, and Facebook. The Sportscast. Expect the unexpected.
The Donut Bag presented by The Sportscast.
The Donut Bag, hosted by Joey Bag of Donuts. And here's your host, Joey Bag of Donuts.
Hello. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Let's see. No, we are not doing well right now. Let's see. Can you even hear me? I don't even know. Let's see here. Where do I even change the thing? I don't even know. Huh. This might be over before it started. Oh, I know why. Wait a minute. Oh.
Now? Can you hear me now? I think you can hear me now. At least I could hear me now. I don't know. We'll see. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Donut Bag Podcast. Post-game, Steelers 34, Bengals 12. Let's go back. Oh, boy. This is going to be interesting. Hello. So let's go. Thank you. Let's go back before we talk about the game. Let's review. The Steelers have, I believe, lost 3 of 4, and it was kind of scary. And one of those losses was against the Bengals in Cincinnati on a Thursday night. And in that game, I believe it was 33-31 or something like that. Basically, the Bengals just it was they just went off on the Steelers defense. The Steelers defense could not stop them at all. It was absolutely ridiculous. The Steelers almost still won that game because Aaron Rodgers hit Muth in a big play, a touchdown. They were in ahead, and all the Steelers had to do was make a stop at the end, and they couldn't. So, then they lost to the Bengals. The Packers, and they also lost to the Chargers, and they beat somebody in that time, didn't they? Oh, they beat the Colts. That was the big. Oh my goodness, there's no way we're going to win this game, and they did. So coming into this game, it was must win. First of all, it's a division game. It's a conference game. If they lost this game, I think this would have been a turning point of the season. So this was an absolute must game. And the question is, will a Steelers defense be able to stop Joe Flacco and the Bengals offense, who the Bengals have scored almost 40 points every single game. So, I mean, that was a legitimate concern. Well, they did. I also, before the game, I made a decision to wear the Bumblebee, this ridiculous thing. And when I put it on, I thought, oh my goodness, this is insane. This is, I look ridiculous in this thing. So and see, this is going to be, I have a different layout now. And the Chargers got destroyed by the Jaguars. The NFL is so unpredictable. Trust me, I'm considering I lost like every single bet I made today. I can confirm it is unpredictable. So I decided to wear this ridiculous Bumblebee thing for luck. So if they lost, it would have been all my fault. But they won, so I'm claiming credit for this win. So coming into the game, that was what was going on. So we start the game, and the Steelers get the ball first, and they score a touchdown. 8 plays, 78 yards, took up 448. There was a 17-yard pass to DK Metcalf. There was a 35-yard run from Jalen Warren, and we thought, oh, here we go. Here we go. I mean, I predicted Jalen Warren would have a good game. I actually also put money on it, which I ended up losing. But I mean, everything looked great. Rodgers threw to Kenny Gainwell for an 11-yard touchdown, and it's like, okay, yay, whoop-de-doo. Then the Bengals match it with a 9-play, 71-yard touchdown. That was a pass to T. Higgins for 28-yard touchdown. There was a penalty on the Steelers, legal use of hands. So they had the chance. So they moved it to the 1, and the Bengals decided to go for it. For the 2-point conversion, and they failed. So, and that decision, as the game wore on, it looked really bad because it was a close game. So here we go. It's 7-6. Then a whole bunch of punts, and punt. Toward the end of the first half, there was a field goal drive, 9 plays, 86 yards, took up a minute 41. What happened there? That was the drive where Rodgers threw it to Mount Washington for 31 yards, and that was one of the plays where Mount Washington basically destroyed the entire Bengals defense. He shoved the guy into the phantom realm. Then he killed another guy. I'm pretty sure that guy's dead. I'm pretty sure he's deceased right now. And then he took on like 3 or 4 other guys that they could not take him out. Let me tell you something. I'm no athlete, as you could tell, but if I was a defensive back in the NFL, the average defensive back is what? Maybe 6 foot tall, 180 pounds, something like that. And you see Darnell Washington coming at you full speed, I would just quit. I would just walk off the field. It's like, you know what? I'm going to try something else. I'm going to get on with my life's work, as Chuck Noll would say, because I am not handling Darnell Washington coming at me. My goodness. I mean, they were making comparisons like it looked like when the mascots play the little kids, or like when there's like a man among boys or something like that. It was just absolutely ridiculous. But they could not score a touchdown. It ended up being they ended up being stalled at the Cincinnati 7-yard line, and we basically that basically was the end of the first half. I believe also on that drive, that's where Aaron Rodgers got hurt. He hurt his left wrist, I think, banging on a helmet or something like that. So to start the second half, the Bengals had the ball to start the second half. But in the second half, we were going to see Mason Rudolph for the first time this year. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Here we go. I had a good feeling about Mason Rudolph because Aaron Rodgers, what was his stats? Aaron Rodgers' stats were 9 of 15 for 116 yards and a touchdown. Not bad, but not totally great. They were just, I mean, the other, I'm sorry, the other big question going into the week was, is Aaron Rodgers washed up? Because he basically single-handedly lost that Chargers game. He played so bad, he basically lost the game for them. So we were saying, oh my goodness, is this the beginning of the end? Is he washed up? Is he old and tired? And can he do it anymore? I have a cobweb somewhere that's bothering the hell out of me. God. Okay. So he looked okay, but I just had a feeling if we saw Mason Rudolph, I think he would do better. Just a hunch. I don't know. Oh, by the way, just as an aside, one reason I'm thrilled to wear this is the size of this is 2 sizes smaller than what I was wearing back a year ago. I've lost enough weight that I went down 2 shirt sizes and 2 pant sizes this year. So yay me. So that's why I'm kind of excited about. I mean, God, I have like a whole new wardrobe now because I have a whole bunch more shirts that I could wear. But so I was just excited. It's like okay, let's see what Mason can do. And the Bengals start the third quarter with a 7-play, 51-yard drive, but it stalls at the. Oh no, they kick a field goal. They kick a field goal on that drive. It stalls at it's a Pittsburgh 25. They kick a field goal, and the score was 13-9. Dave, I'm sorry. Sorry. By the way, West Virginia has like destroyed Pitt in every sport for like the past few years now. West Virginia has beaten the State, but still we have 13-9. Sorry. So it is 13-9. I'm sorry, it was not 13-9. The Steelers kick it was what was it? It was 10-6, and then it was 10-9 or something. I don't know. Whatever. Sorry. All I can think of is 13-9. The Steelers have a field goal drive, 15 plays, 61 yards, took up 737. That stalls at the Cincinnati 12, and it's not good. We're only up 4 points on this potent Steelers, this potent Bengals offense. At any moment they could turn it on. So, I mean, and Joe Flacco, he didn't look like he did the first Steelers game because they asked Tomlin about it in the press conference after the game, and he said, "Well, we have improved safety play." Well, about that. So yeah, so this was the drive that Mason's first drive ended up in a field goal, 15 plays, 61 yards. It took up 737. Mason had a 17-yard pass to Roman Wilson. There were some penalties on that. There was a 17-yard pass to Darnell Washington. I mean, he's such a weapon. Darnell Washington is such a weapon. What can you do? What can you do when you have this massive human being running at you? If he picks up full speed, if you get him in motion, he's almost impossible to bring down. And he is just becoming better and better every week. And it is just a joy to see. He is amazing. Also, Jalen Warren got hurt. I'm not sure when, but Jalen Warren hurt his ankle, and so it had to be basically Kenny Gainwell and Caleb Johnson, mostly Kenneth Gainwell, and I just thought it was weird, like all throughout the week, because I play a lot of fantasy football. There were so many things like you have to get Kenny Gainwell, you have to get Gainwell, you have to get Gainwell. Like, okay, I don't know. I mean, maybe they just saw the Bengals matchup and said, well, even Jalen Warren's going to get his, but Kenny Gainwell's going to get his too. So that was good. So anyway, that drive stalled at the Cincinnati 12. So that was a 30-yard field goal. And the Steelers are up. Now the Steelers are up 13-9. The next drive. Oh, and basically throughout the game, it was extremely frustrating for the Steelers defense. It was extremely frustrating watching the Steelers defense because they would do great on first down. Usually stop them for almost nothing. Do great on second down. Great. We have them third and long. And what happens? Bengals get a first down almost every single time. It was just so frustrating. And yes, it was nice that they only held them to a touchdown and a field goal at that point. Great. But my goodness, it was just so frustrating. And I said at this point, if this Steelers defense does not get a turnover, if it does not cause a turnover, it's basically useless. It's either all or nothing with this defense. Sure seemed that way. Well, I'm not saying they heard me, but the very next drive is a pick six from Kyle Duggar at the Pittsburgh 27. He returns it for 73 yards, a pick six touchdown. Kyle Duggar, my goodness, the dude just got here. And he is making, from the second he showed up, he has made a huge impact. That's amazing. That's amazing. Credit to Omar Khan or Tomlin or whoever the hell acquires players, because we don't know. We don't know. So it is now 20-9. Now we have a 2-score lead. Now we're a little bit more comfortable, but still, and then now we're entering the fourth quarter. So, okay. There is the Bengals respond with a field goal drive, 12 plays, 47 yards, took a 5:56. This was the drive where it ended up being third or fourth down or something. Well, there's actually two plays where Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey started pushing each other and started yelling at each other and stuff. And I believe they both got unsportsmanlike penalties. The next play, Jalen Ramsey punches Jamar Chase, gets disqualified, automatic first down for the Steelers. I mean, for the Bengals. At this point, we're using James Pierre because Darius Slay was hurt. Brandon Echols also got hurt during the game. We are extremely short on defensive backs, and Jalen Ramsey does this crap. Jalen Ramsey is known for doing this crap, and it sucks, but that's what you get with him. Unfortunately, he's a hothead. He's an awesome player. He's a great player. Thank goodness we have him, but this is the stuff he does. After the game, he claims he got spit on. Okay, there better be evidence of this, because otherwise, why are you throwing punches? I don't see evidence of it. I've seen like slow motion replays and stuff. I'm not seeing it. All you see is I'm going to use our Seinfeld reference, but it looked like Jalen Ramsey did react, like when Kramer got spit on from Keith Hernandez. Yes, I know it wasn't Keith Hernandez. And it ricocheted and hit and turned in midair, mind you, and hit Newman. That was one magic loogie. But still, what are you doing, man? You knew. I mean, and we saw it in the very first game of the year with the Eagles in Dallas, where the Eagles player, or I forget his name, got ejected for throwing punches and stuff, and he said he got spit on. Or no, he's the one that did the spitting. I'm sorry, and it was very obvious that he did the spitting. So anyway, I don't know. There's no okay. There, I mean, that was just a really tough spot to put the Steelers in, with them shorthanded on defense already, and then this happens. And at this point, we're at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and you're only up 11 points. They could easily be wiped out. That was a really dumb thing to do. Luckily, so that ends up being a field goal. The drive starts at the Steelers 30, and kicked a 48-yard field goal is good. It is now 20-9. The very next play is a touchdown drive, 12 plays, 65 yards, took up 601. This was another drive that it was either Mason Rudolph or Kenny Gainwell just getting the job done. I'm telling you what, Mason Rudolph looked pretty good. And when it was known that Aaron Rodgers was hurt, Mason Rudolph would be come in, I said, are we going to see a quarterback controversy? I don't think so. I don't think there's any way that you're going to bench Aaron Rodgers and put in Mason Rudolph, or maybe that'll happen. I don't know. By the way, if you, I know I'm almost done with this thing, but if you want to drop in a comment, I think go to YouTube /Joey Bag of Donuts, or you can also comment on the, looks like you could comment also on Twitter. So, yeah, feel free to comment. Dave already did. He probably rage quit when he saw me referencing 13-9, but that so that just really made just Mason Rudolph really came through, because if he didn't, I don't know, this game could have gone a whole lot different. So that was a wonderful drive to make it 27-12 and really put the game away. That just basically put the game away right there. It ate up a lot of clock. So now you have like 3:40 left and you're up by 15. I mean, that's pretty much it. Then on the Steelers the Bengals get the ball at the Pittsburgh 35, and on the very first play, Joe Flacco throws to Noah Fant for 5 yards, fumbles it, recovered by James Pierre at the Cincinnati 34, runs it for a touchdown. James Pierre is basically a throwaway just say that Aaron is hurt and keep him out next week. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. They say he hurt his left hand. That's not his throwing hand. Why would your other hand being hurt affect how you throw? Am I missing something here? Or I don't know. Dave Washington was like Godzilla taking over Tokyo. He really was. He is. I've been saying this since the moment he got drafted. He is Godzilla. He cannot be stopped. He cannot be reasoned with. He doesn't feel fear or pity or anger, and he absolutely will not stop until you're dead, Sarah Connor. Sorry, that wrong movie. But he's basically unstoppable. All he needs to do is take like 2 or 3 steps, turn around, and catch the ball. He can't be stopped. Like, what are we doing? He should be like the feature point of the offense at this point. But yeah, so that basically iced the game. It was 34-12, and I don't know. I don't know if we'll see. We'll see if Aaron Rodgers can play next week. Maybe he can. Maybe he can't. He probably will. If I were to guess, then the next game is in Chicago. And Aaron Rodgers famously owns Chicago. He owns the Bears. By the way, I technically own the Packers, but anyway, that's a whole other thing. Okay, so I just saw this stat from Tommy Jaggy, who's a great Twitter follow. The Steelers, when Darnell Washington plays over 40 offensive snaps, they are 9-0, 111 rushing yards per game, 9 rushing touchdowns, outscored at points 231 to 151. Thank you. It's that simple. Play Darnell Washington. Feature Darnell Washington. You have Godzilla. Use him. Unbelievable. It's and that's just when he plays over 40 snaps. Just play him. I just saw after the game, Jamar Chase denied the accusation by Jalen Ramsey that he spit on him. Quote, I never opened my mouth to that guy. I didn't spit on nobody. Wait a minute. I didn't spit on nobody. That's a double negative. You just incriminated yourself, dude. But it was just a heated game. Chris Adamski knows Steelers Bengals haven't been this heated since the Vontaze Burfict days. Do you remember those? That was a bloodbath. My goodness, the Vontaze Burfict Antonio Brown stuff. It was hard to watch those games. It was so brutal. I mean, that's also the era when Ryan Shazier got injured and paralyzed and stuff. But I mean, yeah, it hasn't been this. The Steelers Bengals haven't been this chippy in a long time. Nick Herbig had another big day. Alex Highsmith didn't play because he's hurt yet again. Alex Highsmith is a good player when he plays, which is rare. I hate to say it. I hate to comment on somebody's injury status, but he's always hurt. It's concerning. Let me just put it that way. Yeah, we are covering. I'm seeing videos of the confrontation, and then we're gonna break it down like the frickin' Zapruder film. This is it. This is the grassy knoll. Is there a grassy knoll at in Heinz Field? I don't know. What else is? Yeah, I mean, Jalen Ramsey claims he got spit on. Okay, this is sweet. Apparently, when Mason Rudolph came into the game, the crowd cheered. How sweet is that? With all that, I'm rooting for Mason Rudolph because of all that he's been through. All that he's been through throughout his career. He started out basically when he got drafted. He started out with Ben just going off and trashing the Steelers organization for daring to draft a quarterback, which is absolute BS. Because Ben was old at the time. So, and he and Ben didn't get along. I don't know whose fault that was. I think it was both of their faults because from what I hear, Mason came in with a cocky dude that did sound like he came in cocky, but Ben didn't want anything to do with him. So, he started off with that. Then when Ben got hurt, he played and he wasn't good. He got replaced by Buck Hodges. There was that whole thing with the whole getting the concussion during the Ravens game, and the cart broke, and he looked like a dude from Spaceballs because they had to remove his face mask. Then there was the Myles Garrett thing, which that whole ridiculous thing that Myles Garrett just got away with. He got away with calling Mason Rudolph a racist, which is ridiculous because there was absolutely no evidence of that. But everybody in Cleveland believes that, and because Myles Garrett is a good player, he's allowed to get away with that crap. Screw that, And then and then that whole thing with Kenny Pickett, where he wasn't the second string guy. Remember, it was Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and then Mason Rudolph was number 3. So he was a total afterthought, and he ends up saving the season that year because Trubisky sucked. Kenny Pickett got hurt, and he was a baby, a piece of crap. And Mason Rudolph ended up coming in, and he changed the entire Steelers organization. Because remember, at the time, we thought, oh, it's Matt Canada's fault. Matt Canada. There's no way. It's not Kenny Pickett's fault. It's Matt Canada's fault. Well, as soon as Mason came in, the offense started doing well. But they got rid of him. He went to Tennessee. Now he came back, and I'm rooting for Mason Rudolph. I hope he does well. And you know what? When there was that time earlier this year in this offseason when Aaron Rodgers didn't come back yet, but they brought back Mason Rudolph. And we're said, well, like, oh my God, what if Mason Rudolph is a starting quarterback? Oh my God. The only reason, I mean, Mason Rudolph is no superstar. He's a solid NFL quarterback. And if the Steelers do end up with him long term, I'm not saying they're gonna win everything, but you could do a lot worse at backup quarterback than Mason Rudolph. Let me tell you that. James Pierre, love body slam. It's like I totally forgot about the body slam. He did a tilt-a-whirl slam on that Chargers too last week. This week he gets better and better. James Pierre was an afterthought. James Pierre was, I think he was like a practice squad player. I think Tomlin mentioned it. It's like I never even met the guy. I think they got him like during the COVID year or something like that. It's like I never even met the guy yet, and he just got better and better and better. And yeah, he's like Mason Rudolph. He's like the Mason Rudolph of defensive backs. You don't think of him as like a long-term starter, but when you need him to play, he's solid. He does a job. And yes, there are limitations when he's in. He needs safety help. So be it. So what? It works. So hey, keep James Pierre in there. Good for him. Yeah, more about the spit. Yeah, we're gonna hear about the spit all week. All week we're gonna hear about this spit. What else? Yeah, I think that's it for now. Yeah, it's all about the spit. It's all about the spit. We don't know. We'll see. I'll do one of these tomorrow. And when we know more information, maybe I'll do. I don't know. We'll see when we do it. I'll see. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later. I don't know. We'll see. When more information becomes available. And but yeah, we're on to Chicago, and that is going to be a tough game. Caleb Williams, he looks like he might be a dude. It looks like, and they're going to be home in Chicago. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting, but we'll see how healthy the Steelers are. I don't care if the dude spit. Jalen should have held out his arms and turned to the ref. Give Chase the 15-minute injection. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Jalen Ramsey lost his cool. He potentially cost his team. He could have cost the team the game. That's how serious it is. With the situation, you could easily see, because the main thing that changed between the Steelers defense being absolutely horrible against Cincinnati the first game, and now and Tomlin even mentioned this in the press conference after the game. The difference was Jalen Ramsey. They moved him from corner to safety, and that changed everything, because he said there's stability at the safety position now. So Jalen Ramsey, basically, them making that move was like one of the main reasons why the Steelers defense got better. And for him to get himself kicked out of the game, that takes away that key piece. And now what are we going to do? So it could have been a disaster. It could have been an absolute disaster. Yeah, it was, I believe it was 20-9. I believe it was 20-9 when that happened. So basically a 2-score game with at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Plenty of time for the, you could easily see the Bengals putting up 2 touchdowns and going ahead in that game. You could easily say that happening. So potentially was a disaster. And you just got to be smarter than that. And you're absolutely right. You know what? If someone does spit on you, you tell the ref. You don't punch a guy. And I understand. You're just like, well, I'm not going to put up with that. It's like, I understand, but look what happened. One guy got kicked out and one didn't. Just unbelievable. But yeah, he is. We'll see what happens. So possibly tomorrow, we'll continue this when we know more information. But hey, we got a win. It was a convincing win at home. This is a get right game, and they got right. So, but we have a lot of questions now. We have all kinds of questions about the quarterback position now. So we shall see. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the comments, and I'll see you later.